High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
Out of the stretch. Sky towards left center field. The wind is carrying it. Is it gone? It is! Jackson Irons with a 2-run shot over the left center field fence. He'll plate Wharton, and it's 6-4. There's still an insurance run that is about to get driven in on this base hit. Flores delivers the insurance run. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeko with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
Good evening, Colt Nation, and welcome to the campus of Arlington High School to Colt Field as we're going to give you a live presentation of Arlington High's Senior Night. You can see on your camera all the underclassmen around the infield from first base to third base, Coach Womack down there. And we're going to turn it over to PA announcer Randy as he introduces the 5 seniors for the Arlington High varsity baseball team. We're going to turn it over to Randy, and you get to listen in to Colt Senior Night.
Joshua Woodward. Joshua is accompanied by his mom and dad, Tracy and Justin Woodward, and his sister, Mackenzie. He spent 1 year in baseball here on the varsity level. He's also in the band at AHS. His future plans include joining the U.S. Navy. His favorite baseball memory, supporting his team members. His advice to future baseball athletes, remember the hard work beats talent. Words to my parents, thank you for pushing me to be who I am today. Joshua Woodward.
Joshua Woodward serves as the team manager and does all the videotaping for the Colt varsity baseball team. We get to visit with him quite often.
Stone is accompanied by Andrea, Chet, Sam, and Eli.
Stone Soto,
3 years in
another
baseball,
manager.
1 year at the varsity level. Other school activities include football and golf. Honors received at AHS, he was a football captain. Plans include going to play football at Hendrix College. Favorite baseball memory, freshman year beating Lamar. Future advice, work hard and never let anyone tell you you can't do something. And works to the parents, thank y'all for always being there and always pushing me to be my best. Stone Soto. Number 7, Sawyer Hutcherson.
Sawyer Hutcherson up next is the senior introduction.
Hutcherson. Sawyer's played baseball for 9 years, 2 years on the varsity level. He was also in the orchestra and Colt cavalry. Honors received while at AHS, A and B honor rolls all 4 years. Future plans include attending the University of Texas. His favorite baseball memory is playoffs. And it is advice to future baseball athletes, do the little things right. Words to my parents, thank you for all that you've done. Sawyer Hutcherson.
Sawyer Hutcherson making his way around the infield.
Drew Barrientos.
Drew Barrientos next up for the senior honors.
Coach Dave Barrientos and Jessica Barrientos and his sister Ryan. Spent 15 years playing baseball, 2 years here on the varsity level. Other school activities are football and National Honor Society. Honors received at AHS as a sophomore, JV Football Student Athlete of the Year. As a junior, Varsity Football Fighting Heart Award. As a senior, Varsity Football Outstanding Back Award, First Team All-District, Second Team Academic All-State. Future plans include attending the University of Arkansas, favorite baseball memory, catching the game-winning ball against Lamar freshman year. His advice to future athletes, do whatever you can to help your team and your teammates be successful. Words to the parents, thank you for keeping me in baseball. I've made some of the best memories of my life because of it. Drew Barrientos. Number 9, Angel Hernandez. Angel is accompanied by his parents, Angel and Amelia, sisters Denise, Jocelyn, and Emily. He spent 12 years in baseball, 2 at the varsity level. He plans to attend Tarrant County College and Barber College. His favorite memory, traveling to Round Rock with the team. Future baseball athletes, he'll tell you this, don't take it for granted because it goes by quickly. Words to my parents, thank you guys for everything that you've done, given me, for always guiding me down the right path. I hope I do nothing but make you guys proud in the future. Angel Hernandez. Number 10, Mason Hensley.
Mason Hensley starting around the senior honor trip around the bases.
14 years in baseball, 3 years here at the varsity level. He also played football. Honors received at AHS, A honor roll, and district baseball all district. Future plans include going on to play baseball at KCK. Favorite baseball memory, the bus ride home after a rivalry win. Future baseball athletes, he'll say this: enjoy the big moment. They're the ones you will remember. And to his parents, thank you for all the time and money and support you've given me through the years. I couldn't be who I am today or what I do without you. I love you both. Mason Hensley. Number 17, Sam Harper. Sam is accompanied by Rick and Lisa Harper, his parents. 4 years in baseball, 2 at the varsity level. He also was a football player, an honor roll here at AHS. He plans to go to college, play baseball. Favorite memory was Georgetown. His advice to future baseball players is to work hard, and words to his parents, simply, I love you. Sam Harper. Number 18, London Prairie. London is accompanied by parents, Megan and Frank, little brother Tice, and girlfriend Kenny. He's been 13 years in baseball, 2 at the varsity level. He plans to go to college and play baseball at Dallas College, Mountain View. Favorite memory is going to Georgetown. Advice to future baseball athletes: work hard and believe in yourself. And words to his parents: thank you for giving up all your time and for being here for me throughout the whole baseball career. I love you guys very much. London Prairie. Number 23, Jeremiah Taylor. Jeremiah is accompanied by his parents, Marcus and Tila, Grandma, Big Bro, Leighton, sister, Tina, and little brother, Mason. Spent 10 years in baseball, 3 in varsity. Other school activities, he was in Avid and in basketball. Future plans include going to play baseball at Austin College. Favorite baseball memory, my sophomore year on varsity, walking it off versus Martin at home, and then later winning district. Advice to future baseball players: this game is a failure sport. Always look for the positives in your results and have fun. You can't play the game right if you're not having fun. Words to your parents: thank you for supporting me from moving states for better baseball and better opportunities, and for taking care of me when I couldn't do it. Jeremiah Taylor. Number 24, Hayden White. Hayden is accompanied by his parents, Kyle and Allison White, and little brother, Weston. He's been a 13-year baseball player, 2 years in varsity. He was also a football player and in the choir. Honors received at AHS, academic all-state football and National Honor Society. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas. Favorite baseball memory, junior year Round Rock trip. And advice to future baseball athletes: be coachable and want it more than anyone else. Words to his parents: thank y'all for supporting me and my love for the sport throughout the years, in the hot summers, cold fall games, and on all different teams. Hayden White. Number 25, Matthew Wynn. Matthew is accompanied by his parents, Lynn and Jennifer Wynn, brother Stephen, and sister Andrea. He's a 15-year ball player, spent 2 years here on varsity. He was in the National Honor Society and in orchestra. Honors received at AHS, or National Honor Society. Future plans: play baseball at Austin College and major in kinesiology or sports management. His favorite baseball memory is the Georgetown tournament. Advice to future baseball athletes: always remember to love the game and to enjoy every moment, and don't get in your head when things start to go bad. Words to your parents: thank y'all for everything for the past 18 years of my life. I wouldn't be here and didn't have y'all's love and support. and I'm so grateful for all of you. Matthew Wynn. And as we wait for Matthew to make his final rounds here, can we get a big round of applause for our class of 2025?
We're very grateful to have been able to honor all of our seniors here tonight on the Colt varsity baseball team. Just a little recap, the seniors that we've been listening to the PA announcer talk about. Number 7, Sawyer Hutcherson is a senior. Number 8, Drew Barrientos. Number 9, Angel Hernandez. Number 10, Mason Hensley. Number 17, Sam Harper. Number 18, London Prater. Number 23, Jeremiah Taylor. Number 24, Hayden White. And number 25, Matthew Wynn. All very grateful to all of these young men and the dedication they've shown to this varsity program over their years here at Arlington High. We're going to transition now from the senior honors here on senior night at Colt Field. It is game day in Arlington, Texas, and Zap has all the action you're looking for coming up next. Broadcasting live, it is Texas High School Baseball, presented by John Wade Roofing. The pregame show, presented by Chapman Cornelius, is coming up right after this. Stay tuned.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Welcome back to Colt Field for the pregame show for tonight's matchup between the Grand Prairie Gophers and your Arlington Colts. We met the Gophers at Gopher Park on Tuesday night, and it was a real nail-biter. I'm going to bring in my partner, Patsy, my wife, Patsy, Zach's mom, and she is going to be running all the production side and keeping up with the camera and the commercials and such tonight, but also has a little bit of input as we go along here. So welcome aboard, Patsy. One of the things that we noticed the other night was I came away from that ball game with almost no fingernails. That was a true nail biter on Tuesday night at Gopher Park, as the pitcher for Grand Prairie, Isai Martinez, number 10, pitched an outstanding game for them and held the Colt bats silent, held them at bay for most of the ball game. Now, we had Danny Bustamante on the mound, and Danny is always dominating. And so, Mom, what was your observation about who pitches against who based on these 1-2 Tuesday night, Friday night ball games? What was your observation about that earlier today?
Well, it seems that on Tuesday nights, opponents tend to throw their ace pitcher against Bustamante, knowing that he has had a perfect game this season, knowing he's thrown so many shutouts, and they put their best foot forward when he's on the mound. But then when we switch in the second game of a series to AB, the other teams are putting their number 2 pitcher out, And their number twos just aren't as good as AB. And so that's when our bats come alive and we tend to score more runs.
We saw that last week in the sweep versus Lamar High School when we played Lamar at Colt Field on Tuesday last week. It was a very difficult game. Quesada was on the mound for Lamar, and he pitched a fantastic ball game. And it took a double. Well, it took Axel Alvarado getting on base and getting out to second base, and then Jeremiah Taylor got up to bat and hit a double to right center field, right to the 350 sign in right center. And he got a legitimate double, got all the way out to second base. Axel had already scored, which turned out to be really the only run that we needed. But JT was already at second base when the fielders threw to third and overshot third base and threw it into the dugout for the Colts. That created a dead ball situation, and Jeremiah Taylor was awarded home plate, thus the 2-0 win against Lamar. But then when we were at Lamar's field on Friday night, and you were there for that one too, Mom, running the camera, it was 14-0. I mean, the Lamar errors, there were 5 errors on the Lamar infield, and that really aided. Arlington took advantage of that and took control of the district, really, by sweeping Lamar. And Arlington is now on top of the district race right now. They come in tonight, the Colts come in tonight 14-11 overall. They're 9-2 in district play. And the Bowie Volunteers were right behind them, but we had swept Bowie the week before that. So Arlington is in the playoffs. They're officially in the playoffs for this season as the coaches come meet the umpires at home plate here. And so right now what we're playing for is seeding position in the postseason. So leading the district that we would oppose are the Jesuit Rangers, who we've faced many times in the playoffs, and Lake Highlands. And so what we'd like to see is that third or fourth team in the first by district round, and let Bowie or Haltom or Lamar fight it out to see who plays Dallas Jesuit. So Grand Prairie is coming into the game tonight 4-19 on the season overall, with a 1-10 district record so far this season. It's been a tough road for them. Now, how did Arlington win that game on Tuesday? That was such a nail biter that we've been referring to. I mean, first inning, 4 batters up, no runs. Second inning, 4 batters up, no runs. Third inning, 3 batters up, a double from Danny Bustamante, no runs. Fourth inning, a double by Matthew Wynn, and then 3 outs, no runs. Fifth inning, a walk by Bustamante and a couple of strikeouts, no runs. Sixth inning, I mean, we're really getting nervous here, right?
Yes.
Sixth inning, 3 up, 3 down for the Colts, no runs. Grand Prairie is doing the same thing. Danny Bustamante in complete control of that ball game, so no runs for Grand Prairie. Heading into the 7th inning. So the Colts led off with a strikeout of Danny Bustamante in the top of the 7th. Then Mason Hensley, second batter in the order, walked and stole a base and got to second base. That set up the drama. That brought up the number 3 hole hitter, London Prater. Prater up to bat, hits a double down the left field line. That plates Hensley. Prater gets out to second base, and right after Hensley, Abe Alvarado gets a single and brings in Prater, and the 2-0 win. That's all the runs the Colts needed to secure that win. But they waited until the top of the 7th inning, and we were all just about dying. So
on Facebook, Zach appropriately called that Prater double the moment Colt Nation breathed a sigh of relief.
Exactly. So that's going to do it for the pregame show. The pregame show is presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. The Chapman Cornelius pregame show. And now let's transition to meeting the players that are going to be on the ball field tonight. Grand Prairie, as the visitors, will be batting first tonight, so let's run through the Grand Prairie batting order. Batting first, number 4, Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman. Batting second, number 3, Saul Muniz, the shortstop. Batting third, number 12, Giovanni Alvarado, the pitcher for tonight. Batting fourth, number 10, Isai Martinez, the designated hitter tonight. That's the young man who pitched so well for Grand Prairie on Tuesday. Batting fifth, number 5, Brandon Peoples, the first baseman. Batting sixth, number 0, Aaron Alcalde, the second baseman. Batting seventh for the Gophers, number 15, Jalen Garcia, the center fielder. Batting eighth, number 17, Jacob Harmon, the catcher for the Gophers. And rounding out the top 9, number 9, Jordan Todd, the left fielder. So Martinez, Muniz, Alvarado, Martinez, Peoples, Alcalde, Garcia, Harmon, and Todd, 1 through 9 for the Gophers. Now let's set the defense for your Arlington Colts tonight. First of all, on senior night, senior Matthew Wynn playing first base for the Colts. The defense at second base, the senior Hayden White, number 24. Third base, Danny Bustamante. Shortstop, senior Mason Hensley. Left field, Axel Alvarado. Center field, Gannon Howard. And right field, London Prater, the senior for the Colts, who was the winner, the hero of the game on Tuesday night. The battery for the Colts tonight, senior Jeremiah Taylor catching behind the plate, all-star catcher. And on the mound for your Colts, Abe Alvarado, number 20. We'll remind you of the Colt batting order in the bottom of the first inning. And we're going to listen to the PA announcer, and you can hear all the reserve players coming out on the third base line for the Colts as you watch on the video screen there.
Number 7, Sawyer Hutcherson. Number 8, Drew Barriente. Number 9, Angel Hernandez. Number 12, Dominic Trio. Number 14, Yanir Gomez. Number 15, Cody Cleveland. Number 17, Sam Harper. Number 21, Corbin Carroll. And number 26, Noah Safuentes. Ladies and gentlemen, your Arlington Colts.
Next up, we'll step aside for just a moment here from Colt Field as we honor our nation with the playing of the national anthem, and then we'll be ready to play some ball.
Please join us as we honor America and Americans around the world with the playing of our national anthem.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're always happy to step aside and honor our nation with the playing of the national anthem. We're ready to play some ball here tonight. We are thankful for the clouds tonight, aren't we, Mom?
Yes, when it's not cloudy, that sun over the left field fence makes it kind of difficult to see our computer screen and even to see exactly what's going on out on the field. So the clouds are a real blessing tonight.
Other than that, it's a beautiful night for baseball. A little bit overcast, but no threat of rain. A slight breeze blowing from center field, blowing from the catcher's plate out to center field. The Colts on senior night are wearing their white on white with green pinstripe, a very sharp look. green and white hat with the big green A in the middle of it on the front. So the Colts are completely home field advantage here tonight on their uniform choices. The Gophers are wearing a gray bottom with a black top and big, bold GPHS emblazoned across the chest with a blue ball cap for the Gophers. Colts in the third base dugout, Gophers in the first base dugout tonight. Abe Alvarado on the mound for the Colts, getting his warm-up pitches in with Jeremiah Taylor, his battery mate. Go around the defense one more time, just in case you're just now joining us. Matthew Wynn, the senior at first base. Hayden White, the senior at second base. Danny Bustamante, the winner of the game on Tuesday night, at third base tonight. Senior Mason Hensley at shortstop. Axel Alvarado in left field. Gannon Howard in center field. London Prater in right field, the senior. And the battery for your Colts, Jeremiah Taylor, the senior defensive all-star catcher behind the plate. And on the mound, Abe Alvarado. We're about ready to start action here as the umpires are going to call play ball from Arlington, Texas. First three batters for Grand Prairie: Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman, leading off. Saul Muniz, the shortstop, on deck, and Giovanni Alvarado, the pitcher, tonight's ball game in the hole. First pitch from Abe Alvarado, and we are underway. Called strike one. Alvarado's wind, and his second delivery is a curveball that swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2 very quickly here. This is something we saw in Abe last Friday at Lamar. He seems to be pitching stronger and with more assertiveness. He's very confident. 0-2 pitch. A little bit high and outside. That was a good pitch choice there. It was high, a little bit high up in the batter's eyes. They look really fat and juicy and want to swing at it. Mm-hmm. Nonetheless, the count runs to 1-2 strikes. The wind and the pitch. Called strike three. Rodrigo Muniz sits down looking. I'm going to start a little strikeout counter at the bottom of my scorecard, and that's the first one for AB tonight. That'll bring up Saul Muniz, the shortstop for the Gophers. First pitch from AB. Called strike one on that outside corner. Grand Prairie fans not too happy with the placement of the ball, but as we always say, as long as he calls it for both teams, curveball floats inside a little bit. 1-1 strike. Got a good contingent of Grand Prairie fans that have made it over to the game. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike two. 1-2 strikes. Fans, if you're tuning in, hit that share button. Let other people know that if they couldn't make it out to the ballpark tonight, they can tune in to the live broadcast on YouTube. 1-2 pitch. That curveball breaks a little too soon. Count runs even at 2-2 strikes to Saul Muniz. Two-two pitch coming. Tried that low outside corner, and this time the umpire let it go. It's 3-2 strikes, a full count now to Saul Muniz. Payoff pitch, low. Muniz draws the walk and will take up residence over at first base. That brings up the pitcher for the Gophers tonight, Giovanni Alvarado. The pitcher on pitcher here as Giovanni tries to aid his own cause here with his first at bat this evening. On deck, Isai Martinez. Abe comes set and comes home. Curveball hangs outside for ball one. Abe's going to do a little bit of landscape correction on the mound out there. Matthew Wynn holding the runner Muniz at first base. 1-0 pitch. Jeremiah Taylor snap throw down to first. Close, but the field umpire says he was back safely. First pitch to Alvarado was a ball. Oh, 2 balls. Sorry. 2 balls, no strikes. We were watching Jeremiah's throw. 2-0 pitch coming from Alvarado. That one's down in the dirt. He's having some trouble with that breaking ball so far tonight. 3 balls, no strikes here to Giovanni Alvarado. Giovanni likely to just leave his bat on his shoulder and challenge AB to come into the strike zone here. .3-0 pitch coming from Abe Alvarado. Right down the pipe for a called strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike now to the batter, Giovanni Alvarado. Hitter's count pitch on its way, and it's down low and away, and Abe has walked the last 2 batters to put a runner in scoring position now for the Gophers.
Designated hitter number 10, Isai Martinez.
This brings up the number 4 hole hitter, the designated hitter, Isai Martinez. Martinez pitched a sterling game on Tuesday night, holding the Colt bats at bay for 6 full innings until Mason Hensley got on base and got to second, and London Prairie was able to get the clutch hit to bring in the run. Runners at first and second. AB's first pitch to Martinez, a curveball that catches the zone for strike one. Lights have come on here at Colt Field just because there's a little bit of shade from the clouds. AB comes set, looks at Muniz at second, and comes in, and that ball's fouled over the first base dugout into the parking lot. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes on Isai Martinez. AB looking to work himself out of a jam. A 3rd strike here would be optimal. Pitch has popped up, and again over the first base side out into the parking lot. Hope nobody's car is parked close enough out there to get dinged by that. We park well away from the ball field.
We've done a lot of baseball in our lives, and we know not to park close.
Count stays no balls and 2 strikes as AB comes set on the mound, takes a look at Muniz at second and comes home. Curveball, snap throw down to second, and it gets into center field. Great heads-up play there by Hayden White as he retrieves that and does not allow Muniz to go to third. Call at the plate was a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Isai Martinez. You don't fall asleep on Jeremiah Taylor when he's behind the plate. Must stay on your toes. AB steps backwards off the back of the pitching plate and resets himself. Looking for the right sign from Jeremiah Taylor. Comes set in the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Second backwards K of the inning for AB. 2 outs now with runners at first and second.
First baseman number 5, Brandon Peoples.
That'll bring up first baseman Brandon Peoples, left-handed batter. Looking to try and get that clutch hit for the Gophers to get a run on the board. AB looking to stop the bleeding here. Keep the 0 on the board. First pitch to Peoples is a called strike 1 on the outside corner. Abe comes set on the mound. The 0-1 pitch. A little bit low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Peoples. Muniz at second. Giovanni Alvarado at first. 2 outs in the inning. Abe comes set. The 1-1 pitch. A little bit low in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. AB takes a stroll around the mound. Back on the mound, ready for business. 2 balls, 1 strike. Delivery swung on and fouled into the fencing to the left side. Count runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes. You might have heard a banging sound in the background. There's a big balloon arch, and we had a little gust of wind here, and one of the balloons popped. With all the tragedy in the news lately between the couple of different high school tragedies and then the Florida State University, our thoughts and prayers are with them today. We get a little jumpy. AB set with a 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. He strikes out the side looking after putting 2 runners on with walks, but he sets the side down with no runs in the inning. No runs, no hits. That'll take us to the bottom of the first inning. We'll step aside. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Taqueria Taco Express is now the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. They feature 3 convenient locations, including 2 in Arlington and the original site on the Grand Prairie border at I-20 in Great Southwest. Their Taco Tuesday special includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10. Made from scratch with authentic recipes, you can place single or bulk orders online by going to taqueriatacoexpress.com.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Welcome back to the Colt half of the first inning. Let me reset the Gopher defense for you before we get started. Brandon Peoples at first base, Aaron Alcalde second base, Rodrigo Martinez at third, Saul Muniz at short, Jordan Todd left field, Jalen Garcia center field, Dawson Keaton right field, Dawson being pinch hit for DH for tonight. The battery for the Gophers, Jacob Harmon behind the plate, and on the mound, Giovanni Alvarado. The Colt offense goes like this. Batting first, Danny Bustamante. Batting second, Mason Hensley, the senior. Batting third, the senior London Prater. Batting fourth, the senior Matthew Wynn. Batting fifth, the pitcher tonight, Abe Alvarado. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Axel Alvarado. Batting seventh, the senior Jeremiah Taylor. Batting eighth, center fielder Gannon Howard. And batting ninth, Hayden White, the senior second baseman. Recapping, 1, 2, 3, Dana Bustamante up to bat. Senior Mason Hensley on deck. Senior London Prater in the hole. See if the Colt offense can generate some quick offense here against Giovanni Alvarado for the Gophers. Good contingent in the crowd here on the Colt side for senior night. First pitch from Alvarado. Called strike 1 on that outside corner. Bustamante taps the plate and he's ready for the second pitch. Curveball swung on and hit high in the air. Muniz circling under it, calls off the second baseman. Alcalde calls him off and makes the catch. That was a little bit of a challenging catch there on that pop to 4 for the first out as the wind was kind of swirling. So good play there by Aaron Alcalde to haul that one in and retire Bustamante. That'll bring up the senior shortstop, Mason Hensley. We'll be highlighting all of our seniors as much as we can all evening on senior night here from Colt Field. First delivery, a little bit outside for ball 1 to Mason Hensley. Hensley's been locking down that shortstop position pretty consistently all year. 1-0 pitch to him. Low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch. Swung on and hit the right field. It's taking a ride. It's going. It's going. It's gone. Home run over the right field fence for Mason Hensley here on senior night. Senior takes the third pitch that he saw in the ball game and takes it for a ride. And the Colts are on the board. That home run is the first run of the ball game scored by the Colts. And it's their first taco tally. All first runs of the game are presented by Taqueria Taco Express this season. Visit any of their 4 locations on Taco Tuesday for their $10 meal special. First run of the game presented by Taqueria Taco Express. What a shot there. 1-0 Arlington. And that'll bring up the third batter of the inning. London Prairie takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. That pitch a little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to London Prairie. What an exciting play for the left-handed batting Hensley to get that one over that left field fence. That one fouled backwards into the netting. Count will run to 1 ball and 2 strikes on London Prairie. His first appearance at the plate tonight. The senior right fielder up there taking his cuts. I used to attend class in one of those buildings right about where that ball hit when I was a student here. Curveball from Alvarado breaks a little bit short and gets away at the plate. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had German class with Herr Fink. Nice old gentleman. Took a German club class to Germany for a trip during spring break my junior year. That next pitch is low and outside for ball 3. Full count now to London Prairie. 1 out in the inning and 1 run on the board on Hensley's dinger. 3-2 pitch swung on and popped up. It's going to be chased by the second baseman, called off by the center fielder, and he drops the ball. Jalen Garcia got his ball on the glove and then collided with the right fielder just slightly. Nobody hurt, but it was enough to jar the ball loose. And so we're going to have to give an error on that one because that actually got into the glove of Jalen Garcia. And I'm going to put London Prairie on board with an E8.
Just like the last time there was a pop-up hit, while that ball was in the air, the wind picked up and caught the ball, moved it a little.
Absolutely. Senior Matthew Wynn, first baseman for the Colts for his first appearance tonight. He takes a looking called strike 1. So Prater at first base. Throw over there to check on him, and he's back safely. No tag even applied by Brandon Peoples. For next pitch home to Matthew Wynn. Put in play down the third baseline. It's fair, going all the way to the corner. Prater around second, headed to third. He's going to be waved home. Womack sending him home. Here comes Prater, the throw to the plate. Prater dives, and he's in there. Matthew Wynn with a double down the left field line. Plates Prater from second, and the Colts get their second run of the inning. RBI double for Matthew Wynn here on senior night. That was a hot shot to that hot corner. Rodrigo Martinez dove, but it went right between him and the bag and down into the coffin corner. London Prater moving hard from second base. Womack being aggressive, waving him in here on senior night, and the Colts have 2 runs. That'll bring up Abe Alvarado, the pitcher for the evening, looking to help his own cause here against his counterpart, Giovanni Alvarado. Alvarado versus Alvarado here. First pitch to Abe. Swung on and hit down that field, but it's going to go foul. Got out in front of that one just a little bit too much and pulled it foul. Coach Womack's giving him the straighten it out sign from third base. I'm just joking. I don't know what that gesture meant. I think that's what it meant, maybe.
I wondered. I've never seen that
Next
before.
pitch is high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out in the inning. 1 runner out at second base in Matthew Wynn. Giovanni Alvarado comes home. Curveball catches that outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to AB. As long as we got 2 Alvarados facing each other, we'll just call the batter for the Colts AB. That's his nickname. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit to the right side this time, into the foul territory over the first base dugout. Count will remain. Go 1 ball, 2 strikes. Giovanni takes a look at Wynn at second and comes home with it. This ball's lifted into left center field. It's high in the air. Garcia's under it and makes the catch this time and squeezes it for the out. Wynn tags up at second and makes it easily into third base. So the fly to center field is the second out of the inning, but Wynn advances and he's just 90 feet away. That'll bring up the cousin of AB, Axel Alvarado, to the plate now. Left fielder for the Colts tonight. What happened? On appeal, the umpire seems to have said that Matthew Wynn has left the bag too early on the tag, and they appealed to second, and the umpire in the field has called him out. Coach Womack is out there appealing, trying to say, what are you talking about? They're likely to bring it to the home plate umpire and ask his opinion. Matthew Wynn is sticking on third base. See if Coach Womack can convince the umpire to appeal to the plate umpire, who has a pretty good angle on that as a backup. Womack's still pleading his case, and he's not going to win on that one. So the out on appeal eliminates Matthew Wynn, leaving second base too soon. So Abe Alvarado will have to see how that scores, but we're going to end the inning there. Axel Alvarado should be the leadoff batter in the next inning. And with that turn of events, the Colts put 2 on the board. We'll step aside. This is high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Page's Pretty Roots is a Texas-based small business where you can discover handcrafted treasures designed to nurture your body and soul. From custom t-shirts that showcase your unique style to nourishing sugar scrubs and moisturizers made with love. Whether you're looking for a fun fashion statement or all-natural self-care, you'll find something special here. Shop now and experience the magic of handmade by scanning the QR code or searching Page's Pretty Roots on Etsy.com.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back to Colt Field on senior night as we honor and recognize all of our varsity seniors and any reserves who get to come in the game who might be a senior. Colts are up 2-0 heading into the top of the second inning. The Gophers will be sending their 6, 7, 8 batters to the plate. Aaron Alcalde, the second baseman, leading off. Jalen Garcia, center fielder, on deck. And Jacob Harmon, the catcher, in the hole for the Gophers. Alcalde, Garcia, and Harmon, 1-2-3 at bat this inning. Abe Alvarado on the mound for his second inning of work. Got into a bit of a jam, but then worked out of it and kept a 0 on the board. First pitch to Alcalde is in the dirt for ball 1. Not much of a backstop here for the Colt field. We've seen other fields around town at Lamar and Bowie that have 30 yards behind home plate to the backstop, only about 20 feet here. First pitch, this pitch is hit down the right field line, just barely foul. It bounces off one of the new additions to Arlington High School here. And count runs to 1-1 on Aaron Alcalde. Alcalde's first at bat here this evening. The 1-1 pitch up high for ball 2. Alcalde made a pretty good catch in the last inning in the swirling winds with a pop-up from Bustamante. Next pitch is a little bit low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on the number 6 hole hitter. 3 balls and 1 strike to Aaron Alcalde. The 3-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. Count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The wind and the payoff pitch. Hits that outside corner for another looking strikeout to Aaron Alcalde. That's 4 on the night for AB.
Number 15, Jalen Garcia.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Jalen Garcia. Garcia, unfortunately, had a ball in his glove last inning off London Prairie and then accidentally collided with his right fielder who was trying to make the play also and dropped the ball. Unfortunate turn of events for him. First pitch to him is on that outside corner for strike 1. Garcia's first at bat tonight, the 0-1 delivery from AB. Curveball that doesn't quite break in time, ball one. One delivery. Down low for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jalen Garcia. Two-one delivery by Abe. Swung on and hit down the right field line. We'll have to see if it lands fair or foul. We're watching the plate umpire. It's a fair ball. It's trouble. Down in the coffin corner. Garcia rounds first, gets to second before London Prairie is able to retrieve that one and get it back into the infield. So a lead, not a leadoff, but a double down the right field line puts a runner at second base for the Gophers. We lose sight both on the camera and from our vantage point here from behind home plate down that right field line. So I keyed on the umpire to see whether that one was fair or foul, and it was fair. So I'll get Jalen Garcia at second base with 1 out, and Jacob Harmon, the catcher, at the plate for the Gophers. AB comes set, takes a look at Garcia at second, and comes home. First pitch is a called strike one on that outside corner. Hit the share button, fans, if you want to make a comment. Tell us where you're watching Colt baseball tonight. Register for an account with Zach Arnold Productions on YouTube, and 10 minutes later you can join the chat. Let us know where you're listening tonight. Curveball from AB hangs high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jacob Harmon, the catcher for the Gophers tonight. AB comes set, and the 1-1 pitch. Curveball. Curveball's just not working real well tonight. The umpire in the field says that the batter swung at that one. He offered just enough to call it a strike. Grand Prairie fans not happy with the field umpire on that one. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Harmon. He comes set. Takes a look at Garcia at second. Hensley trying to hold him close. The pitch home. Called strike 3. Every strikeout for AB tonight has been looking. That's his 5th K of the evening and the 2nd out of the inning. Number 9 hole hitter Jordan Todd, the left-handed batting left fielder, up to bat now with a runner still in scoring position and 2 outs now in the inning. AB with 5 looking strikeouts tonight. First pitch to Todd is a called strike 1. AB comes set, look at Garcia at second, and comes home. That curveball breaks into the zone for a called strike 2. Hayden White going through signs like a base coach would, talking to his pitcher. AB set, the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. He struck out every batter looking for the 6th strikeout of the evening. That'll end the Gophers' threat with that double at second base, stranding Garcia. We'll step aside and visit our sponsors. This is High School Baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Hey Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana. Aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Grand Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Coming back to live action here from Colt Field on senior night. The Colts will be sending up their 6, 7, 8 batters to the plate. Axel Alvarado leading off. Jeremiah Taylor, the senior, on deck, and Gannon Howard in the hole. Giovanni Alvarado's first pitch called strike one on the outside corner. Alvarado on for his second inning of work here. Colts put 2 on the board in the top and the bottom of the first. This next pitch breaks into the dirt and gets past the catcher, Jacob Harmon, for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Axel Alvarado. One pitch. Umpire thought about it, and then he laid off, much to the chagrin of the Grand Prairie fans.
That
2
one
balls,
was
1
just
strike.
a little bit over the letters.
It looked
Just
a little high
high.
coming in. It may have been in the zone on the outside corner, but it looked like it came in about neck high. 2 balls and 1 strike. That curveball misses inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's count now coming to Axel Alvarado. Giovanni's pitch. Called strike 3. No,
Nope,
I'm
2.
sorry. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Strike 2 called to Axel. Sorry, Ax. We got a lot of Alvarados here tonight, so we're going to go with Giovanni pitching and Axel at the plate. Payoff pitch to Axel. Swung on and fouled to the left side. Count will stay. 3 balls and 2 strikes. My apologies to Axel's sweetheart, who I will not mention because she'll die of embarrassment. Payoff pitch. Swung on and hit right back into the glove of Giovanni Alvarado. That was a shot off the bat of Axel, and it went, Giovanni Alvarado stuck his glove up and went, hello, there's a present for me. So a line to the pitcher, and Axel Alvarado's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up senior Jeremiah Taylor, the all-star defensive player for the Colts. He squares to bunt, pulls the bat back in time, and it's a ball. Ball 1 to Jeremiah Taylor. Giovanni's first pitch. Second pitch to him is high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Jeremiah Taylor. Alvarado set, ready for his 2-0 pitch. Swung on and hit to left center is the ball. Is it going to go all the way to the wall? Yes, it will. To the 350 side. Taylor rounds first, steams into second base, standing with a double. Hit all the way to the base of the fence at the 350 marker out there in left center field. And Jeremiah Taylor is on board on senior night with a double for the big senior catcher. That'll bring up center fielder Gannon Howard. JT out at second, going to be running for himself tonight instead of taking the courtesy runner. We often see courtesy runners come in for the catcher or the pitcher, but with only 1 out in the inning, we expect Jeremiah Taylor to maybe come home and score and get his gear back on. First pitch to Gannon Howard from Alvarado is a called strike 1 on the outside corner. Saul Muniz is going to be keeping JT close out there at second base. Now Alcalde sneaks in. The pitch home. Ball gets away from the catcher Harmon at the plate, and Jeremiah Taylor scampers over to third base easily. We'll call that a pass ball at the plate. But nonetheless, would Colts have a runner just 90 feet away in senior Jeremiah Taylor, and a 1-1 count on Gannon Howard at the plate. Alvarado winds and delivers, swung on and popped into the infield. They're giving chase to the left side. Will it be fair or foul? It is caught by the pitcher, Alvarado, just before getting to the fence for the second out of the inning. So the pop to 1 in foul territory, 1 being the pitcher's position. is the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up senior Hayden White. White, the consistent second baseman for the Colts, looking to get a clutch hit here and get JT in from third base. 2 outs in the inning, though. Giovanni Alvarado's first pitch. Outside for ball 1. The ball gets away from Harmon at the plate, but JT stays put. JT is fast enough and very aggressive. If a ball does get away from his counterpart at home, he's likely to try to steal home. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and popped up to the right side and into the parking lot behind us for strike 2. 1 ball and 2. Is it 1-2 or 1-1?
1-1 with 2 outs.
My bad. 1-1 on Hayden. That one swung on and missed. It gets away, and JT comes in to score. And he throws it away, but there's nobody on base. Harmon throws it away, getting it back to his pitcher. But the ball, it was swung through at the plate by Hayden, but it was not tipped. And so it was a free ball that got away at the plate, and JT scores from third for the third run of the ball game for Arlington. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Hayden White. His first appearance tonight with the Colts leading now 3-0. And that pitch is a called third strike. So Hayden White sits down for the third out of this inning, and that'll do it for the Colts. But they do play to run on Jeremiah Taylor's double and is acquiring third base on a pass ball, and then another pass ball brings him home. 3-0 Arlington here from Colt Field. We'll step aside and visit our sponsors. This is high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org.
Welcome back to the third inning. Fans, the third inning is presented by our friends at Ika Signs. Located in the heart of Arlington, they offer same-day production on certain rush orders and offer a wide catalog of custom printed materials. They offer same-day production on certain rush orders and the custom printed materials. Call 817-617-2229 to find out how Ika Signs can help your brand's visibility. The third inning presented by Ika Signs. Gophers sending up their top of the order here in the top of the third. Rodrigo Martinez leading off, Saul Muniz on deck, and the pitcher Giovanni Alvarado in the hole to get started. 1-2-3 here. Abe Alvarado on for his third inning of work. And Mom, so far Alvarado has 6 strikeouts to his credit, and every one of them have been looking third strikes. Impressive. The sun peeks out from the clouds. We're going to have to shade our eyes here in the top of the third. Alvarado's first pitch to Martinez is a ball. AB's wind and delivery swung on and fouled back into the netting behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff batter for the Gophers here in the top of the third. Arlington ahead 3-0 early in this ball game. AB's 1-1 pitch. Curveball that breaks outside and stays there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind and the 2-1 delivery from AB. Swung on and hit to the left side. It's going to be foul down the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count to leadoff hitter Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman for Grand Prairie. AB walks around the mound. Now he toes the rubber. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled to the right side into the netting. Count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck batter Munoz retrieves that foul ball as AB gets a new one from the home plate umpire. And we're ready to go with the 2-2 delivery. Curveball with some good action on it, but it hangs outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count now to the batter, Rodrigo Martinez. Martinez, a strikeout victim, his first at bat this evening. AB comes set, and the payoff pitch. Swung on up the middle, right past the glove of Alvarado, and into center field for a base hit. So Martinez with the leadoff hit for the Gophers puts a runner at first, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Saul Munoz. Munoz walked his first time at bat and was stranded after another walk to Giovanni Alvarado and 2 consecutive strikeouts in the first inning. So Martinez at first, Saul Munoz at the plate. First pitch to him is bunted in front of the plate. JT with the throw. He's going to go to second, and he's going to get the force out at second. What a play by Jeremiah Taylor here on senior night. Conventional wisdom would say go to first base and play small ball, and that runner gets to second, but not with Jeremiah Taylor behind the plate. He picks up that ball that landed in the dirt portion in front of the plate and rockets a throw to second to get the force out. That'll put Munoz on at first on the fielder's choice and bring up Giovanni Alvarado. Throw over to first base to check on Munoz, and he's back easily. Ball tapped foul at the plate. First recorded pitch to Giovanni is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out in the inning on Jeremiah Taylor's rocket to second base. Curveball hangs outside. Jeremiah Taylor stays in front of it to keep Munoz at first base. Count runs to 1 ball and 1 strike. On AB's counterpart, Giovanni, both of them surnamed Alvarado. AB comes set, and his pitch to Giovanni is a curveball that hangs outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Giovanni Alvarado at the plate. AB comes set and throws to first base to check on Munoz, and he's back easily. The courtesy tag applied by senior Matthew Wynn down there. Munoz getting just a little bit too much of a lead off for AB's comfort. The 2-1 pitch home. High. Jeremiah throws down to first. He's back safely. Ball 3 to the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. A hitter's count coming up here to Giovanni Alvarado. Sun now going down behind the MAC, the Multipurpose Athletic Center in left field. A respite from the sunshine in our eyes. Swung on and hit foul behind the first base dugout into the parking lot. Count will run full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the batter Giovanni Alvarado.
Pops, if the MAC weren't there, we'd have another 30 minutes of sun in our eyes.
Absolutely. That's one thing we like about that MAC out there. Another payoff pitch coming here to Giovanni. Swung on and hit to third base. Busta makes the play, goes over to second for the out. The turn to first gets the double play. The 5-4-3 double play eliminates the Gophers here in this inning and sets them down with no runs after that little threat. That'll take us to the midpoint of this 3rd inning. We'll step aside and go visit our sponsors. This is high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Eka Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Eka can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ekasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Eka Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
Welcome back to the middle of the third inning, the Colt half here on senior night at Colt Field on the campus of Arlington High School. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Probably the mid-70s, maybe close to 80, a little bit of a breeze blowing, sun going down in left field. It's a beautiful night for ball. Arlington High up 3-0, and they'll be sending the top of the order to the plate this half inning. Danny Bustamante leading off, who started the double play in that last half inning to end the Gopher threat. Mason Hensley, the senior, on deck, and senior London Prater in the hole. 1, 2, 3. Busta, Hensley, and Prater here in the bottom of the third inning. Bustamante popped to the second baseman. Good play made by Aaron Alcalde in the swirling wind. Giovanni Alvarado on for his third inning of work here. You can see on your TV screen there that first base coach for the Colts trotting down to his position. Coach Krosno. Coach Womack down there at third base. And we're ready to start the bottom of the third inning with Bustamante stepping into the batter's box. Bustamante, the winning pitcher in Tuesday night's ball game, the complete game shutout. First pitch from Giovanni Alvarado is outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch from Alvarado. Swung on and hit to the left side. Shortstop Muniz fields it, throws across to first, but not in time. That slowly hit ball got to Muniz a little bit late, and his throw was not strong enough to beat out the speedy Bustamante, who gets a base hit to lead off the bottom of the third inning here. That'll bring up senior Mason Hensley. What did he do last time at bat, Mom?
Oh, let's see. He put it over the fence.
Over that left field fence for a home run.
Left? Right.
Right field fence. I'm sorry, right field fence. Throw over to first base and boost us back easily. Gets his pristine white uniform all dirty down there.
Oh, he's officially in the game.
He is in the ball game now. First pitch to Hensley. A little bit low for ball 1. Yeah, Hensley got every bit of a pitch thrown to him, and he's sent it over the right field fence for the dinger to put the Colts on the board. Another throw over to first to check on Busta, and he's back easily. Courtesy a tag plied by Brandon Peoples, but Busta was back easily, no problem there. Alvarado comes set on the mound. Pitch home. Low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here to senior Mason Hensley. Mason Hensley planning to play at the next level at Kansas City College when he finishes his high school career. Another one of the Colts playing at the next level. That pitch way high and outside for ball 3. We would expect Hensley to leave the bat resting on his shoulder here. Force Giovanni Alvarado to come into the strike zone with Danny Bustamante at first base, no outs. Giovanni Alvarado does just that, throws one right down the pipe. Hitters count now, 3 balls and 1 strike on Mason Hensley. He's already sent one over the right field fence. We'll see what he does with this one. Swung on and hit to center field this time. Center fielder Jalen Garcia comes in and makes that catch for the fly out to center field for the first out of the inning here. That'll bring up the third hole hitter, London Prater, the senior right fielder for the Colts tonight. London going on to play ball for Mountain View College when he's finished with his Colt career. First pitch from Alvarado. Throws it first over to Busta to check on him again. Busta's really in the head.
At this rate, Busta's uniform is going to be orange.
Very likely. First pitch home to Prairie. Swung on a hit to left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Bustamante gets to second, rounds the base, but puts the brakes on there. Good base hit there by London Prater to put runners at first and second for the Colts now with only one out. That'll bring up senior first baseman Matthew Wynn, who got a double in his first at bat, but then on a long fly ball by Abe Alvarado, they said that he left the base too early on a tag up, and on appeal called Matthew out. First pitch to him is low for ball one. Matthew with two runners on base, one in scoring position right now. Giovanni takes a look out at second base, but comes home. Swung on and missed at the plate by Matthew Wynn. Count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Giovanni Alvarado gets the sign he likes and comes set. The 1-2. He turns and spins to look at Busta at second. No throw down there. We'll start over again with the set position with Matthew Wynn with a 1-2 count. The pitch coming in and swung on a hit down the third base line, and it's just a foot or two foul. Very close, very close. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Giovanni Alvarado comes set and comes home and swung on and hit to high into left center field. The center fielder, Jalen Garcia, over to make the catch. 2 outs. Busta tags up and goes to third. Makes it in there safely. So the fly out to center field is the second out of the inning. But Bustamante makes it over to third, and he is just 90 feet away for Abe Alvarado to help his cause a little bit more here with a clutch hit to bring in Busta if he can. London Prater still at first base. And now 2 outs in the inning as AB, the pitcher, steps into the plate. Flew out to center field himself last at bat. First pitch from his counterpart, Giovanni. Swung on and hit to the right side in fair territory. The right fielder way out of position, and it's a fair ball down to the coffin corner. Here, Bustamante scores. Here comes Prater steaming around third base. He's going to score stand up. AB slides into third base with a triple. The right fielder, Dawson Keaton, was pulled way over to center field on that play, and AB planted it in the right field corner down there fair for a triple. Plating 2 more Colt runs. It's 5-0. Big hit by the pitcher there to help his own cause by putting a couple more runs on the board.
Left fielder number 5, Axel Alvarado.
Bustamante scores. Prater with the speed scores all the way from first base. He's probably getting some oxygen over there in the dugout. This ball hit by Axel Alvarado to left field. It's going to fall in front of the left fielder for a base hit, an RBI, but it gets past the left fielder all the way to the fence. Axel rounds first base, steams into second base, and he gets it'll be a hit and an error on the left fielder, Jordan Todd. So Axel with the base hit, RBI, scores Abe Alvarado. Axel with the base hit, and he advances to second on the E7.
And just like that, Colts are up 6-0.
6-0 on the board out there here on senior night as senior Jeremiah Taylor steps into the batter's box with Axel Alvarado out at second and 2 outs. First pitch to him is swung on and hit down to the third baseman. Martinez fields it, throws to first, and he's safe. Martinez took a real lackadaisical attitude about that catch and throw, and he beat out. He did not get the ball there in time, and JT gets a base hit.
I think he was hesitating, watching to see if the runner was going to go to third, but then he chose first, and he didn't get there on time.
Too much indecision puts Axel Alvarado at third, Jeremiah Taylor at first, with Gannon Howard stepping into the batter's box. Gannon was a pop to the pitcher in foul territory his last at bat, but he's got a runner just 90 feet away in Axel Alvarado. Giovanni Alvarado comes set, and the first pitch is a called strike one on Gannon. Using a lot of first names here tonight. A lot of players with the same surname on the ball field tonight. 0-1 pitch, and look, oh, the throw over to first. JT was going. What are they going to do with Axel at third base? He just got to eat the ball. First baseman Brandon Peoples does make the wise decision there and does not throw it to second. He does get the base, so Jeremiah Taylor moves down to second. Axel, the perfect foil over there at third base, causes the first baseman to hold on to that ball. Runners at second and third now, one strike on Howard. Swung on and fouled at the plate, strike two. JT at third, Axel Alvarado just 90 feet away at third base. Oh, 0-2 count on the plate at Gannon Howard. Now, Giovanni Alvarado comes set. That ball's in dirt, gets away. Axel stays put as the ball bounces right back to the catcher, Jacob Harmon. Wise decision by Axel to stay put at third on that particular play as the ball took a true bounce off the pad, right back to the catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Gannon Howard. Giovanni Alvarado comes set. The 1-2 pitch. High. He made a look. He goes to the plate, and the field umpire says no, he did not follow through. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Grand Prairie fans are not happy. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Twos are running wild here at Colt Field. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and hit to the shortstop. It's a slow hit ball. Munoz makes the play, throws to first, and he does get the out that time. So the 6-3 putout ends the Colt threat, but not before they put 1, 2, 3 runs on the board. The score now, Colts 6, Grand Prairie 0. We'll step aside and take a little break to visit our sponsors that we appreciate so much. This is High School Baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Welcome back here to the campus of Arlington High School, Colt Field, as we're celebrating our varsity seniors tonight here on senior night. And we got a 6 spot on the board out there, 6-0, Arlington leading as we head to the Grand Prairie half of the 4th inning. Leading off for Grand Prairie, Isai Martinez. On deck, Brandon Peoples, and in the hole, Aaron Alcalda. Abe Alvarado continuing on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Really in control of this ball game so far. He's got 6 strikeouts to his credit. All 6 strikeouts called looking strikeouts tonight.
You know, Pops, in the field, we are seeing something that we heard from a Grand Prairie parent before the game. This is a very young Gopher team, mostly sophomores and freshmen, and some of this decision-making is reflecting that.
Yeah.
They have a couple of more years of developing, and then they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this district.
That's a very good observation. You've got this many young players getting this much time at the varsity level. They're going to continue to mature under their head coach, under their coaching staff. And if it's not next year, it'll be the year after that they'll be ready to really compete in the District 8-6A. As it is, your Arlington Colts are sitting atop 8-6A and playing King of the Hill. Somebody's going to be trying to knock them off, but they're trying to defend that position here tonight and then into next week as we're scheduled to take on bitter rivals Martin Warriors next week. Martin's struggling this year, but you never know what can happen in a rivalry situation. So you've still got to be on point and focused. AB gets the sign to play ball from the umpire, and the first pitch to Isai Martinez is a ball outside that skitters away from Jeremiah Taylor. It had some spin on it and gets to the backstop, but there's nobody on base, so no harm, no foul.
You know, Pops, the last 2 years during the Martin game here at Colt Field, a chicken has gotten loose in the outfield. If something happens 3 times, it's a tradition. So I'm waiting to see what happens in that game.
It's going to be fun to watch for sure. That second pitch from AB was outside and low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here to the leadoff batter, Isai Martinez. That pitch swung on and hit to the right side. Matthew Wynn calling for it and makes the catch in foul territory. The pop to 3, the first base is the scoring on that for the first out. That'll bring up Brandon Peoples, the first baseman for the Gophers, who struck out looking his first time at bat tonight. Left-handed batter. Stepping into the box here with 1 out. AB's winding his first pitch. Curveball hits the zone for a called strike 1. No 1 pitch. Curveball swung on and tapped foul to the right side. Base coach for the Gophers picks it up and fields it back to Abe Alvarado. AB up 0-2 in the count to Brandon Peoples. AB out of the windup, the 0-2 delivery. Curveball hangs a little bit high, but Peoples liked the look of it and swung on it. First swinging strikeout, but strikeout number 7 for AB tonight.
0, Aaron Alcala.
2 outs in the inning now. That'll bring up the second baseman, Aaron Alcalda. First pitch from AB. A little bit high for ball 1. One 0 pitch. Called strike 1 in that outside corner.
You know, Pops, in the first inning, AB struggled just a little bit, walked a couple of batters, and ever since then, he has really been in command of this game. That was a strike called at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2 delivery coming from AB. Curveball that hangs way high, never breaks. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count to Aaron Alcala. Balls, 2 strike pitch down in the dirt for ball 3. Counts full now on Aaron Alcala. Made a good play at second base earlier in the ball game in the swirling winds. We've now got a real pretty sunset here. Kind of pastel painted clouds. The payoff pitch coming from Abe. Down low, and he puts Aaron Alcala on with the free pass.
Okay, that one was my fault. I'm not going to talk about
Center
that
fielder
anymore.
number 15, Jalen Garcia.
The walk granted to Alcala puts him at first base, and that'll bring up center fielder Jalen Garcia, who's made several good catches out there and had an unfortunate miss at one point with a minor collision with his right fielder. Got a double his last time at bat. First pitch from AB is down low for ball one. Fans in abundance here tonight. We saw 3 groups of fans come across with some great looking food. 3 of the 4 had nachos. I didn't see any peppers on those nachos though. Are they really nachos without peppers? 1 ball pitch in the dirt, ball 2. JT calls time at the plate, wants to go talk to his battery mate. Zach Arnold Productions also presenting the game from Lamar Field tonight. Lamar Vikings hosting the Bowie Volunteers, and it's 0-0 so far in that ball game. Zach Arnold and Yadi Pagan on the call for that ball game. Yadi, you might know Yadi is the golden voice of the Bowie Volunteers on call at Lamar Field. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and hit to short to second base. White fields it, throws to first, and he does get the out. Matthew Wynn holds on to that throw for the 3rd out of the inning. Score at second base to first for the 3rd out, and that'll end the Gopher threat. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's the time for the 4th inning stretch. The 4th inning stretch is presented by Taqueria Taco Express. Featuring a wide, authentic menu, Taco Express can solve any Mexican food craving. Order online to collect points for free food or get 5 tacos and a large agua fresca on Taco Tuesdays for just $10. Taqueria Taco Express, the 4th inning stretch sponsor. We'll step aside for some commercials. This is high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Taqueria Taco Express is now the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. They feature 3 convenient locations, including 2 in Arlington and the original site on the Grand Prairie border at I-20 in Great Southwest. Their Taco Tuesday special includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10. Made from scratch with authentic recipes, you can place single or bulk orders online by going to taqueriatacoexpress.com.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Welcome back to Colt Field on the campus of Arlington High School. Grand Prairie Gophers at the Arlington Colts on senior night. Colts will be sending up their 9-1-2 hitters in this bottom of the 4th inning. Hayden White, the senior second baseman, leading off. And then it's back to the top of the order. Danny Bustamante on deck and senior Mason Hensley in the hole. Giovanni Alvarado on for his 4th inning of work. As we get this 4th inning off, I said the word 6 because the Colts have a 6-run lead here, 6-0, heading into the bottom of the 4th inning here. Hayden White made a good play on a slowly hit ball to end that Gopher half of the 4th inning. Giovanni Alvaro winds and pitch. Show of a bunt, but pulls back, but it's a called strike to White. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 delivery. Called strike 2. 2 quick strikes here from Giovanni Alvarado, and Hayden White's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch from Giovanni Alvarado swung on and hit to the right side. It'll go foul. You know, there's probably a lot of foul balls up on top of that extension building on Arlington High School here down that 3rd baseline. That's about where that one landed. 0-2 delivery again, swung on and missed, and White goes down swinging. Second strikeout for White takes us back to the top of the order, and Danny Bustamante. Bustamante with a pop to second base and a single in that third inning that started the Colt barrage. He ended up scoring after that single. One out here in the inning, first pitch to Busta. Swung on and popped into center field. Garcia circling under it, and it's going to fall. I think he lost it somehow. How did he not catch that ball? I'm a little surprised. It was really high in the air.
Maybe he lost it in the lights.
That's possible. Danny Bustamante on first base with a base hit on a ball that seems to have been catchable, but lost in the lights out there to Jalen Garcia. That'll bring up Mason Hensley, the senior shortstop who's hit a home run in this ball game and flown out to center. First call is a strike to Hensley. With Danny Bustamante at first and only one out in the inning. Giovanni throws over to first to check on Bustamante. We did this a lot the last time Busta was on base.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
This is like, what's that movie, Groundhog Day.
Yes.
Next pitch is a ball, one strike. We could say it's Gopher Day. 1-1-1. One ball, one strike, one out here. Giovanni peeks over his corner or his left shoulder to look, and he throws over to first to check on Busta again. Courtesy tag applied by Brandon Peoples, but Busta's back. Giovanni Alvarado comes set. 1-1 pitch home. A little bit outside for 2 balls and 1 strike to Mason Hensley, the senior shortstop. Alvarado set and throws to first again. Not even a tag that time by Peoples. Bustamante got back so quickly. Quickly and safely. Another set, a 2-1 pitch coming home this time. So I'm going to hit to the second baseman. Alcala gets the play to second for the out, and the turn to first is safe. So they get the force out on Danny Bustamante at second. It would be a 4-6 out there for the second out of the inning. And Mason Hensley will reach first base on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up senior right fielder London Prairie. Prairie got on board with that fly to center field that the center fielder collided with his right fielder and dropped the ball. He had it in his glove and then jarred it loose. And he ended up scoring, and then a base hit and a scoring run in the second at bat. So Prater's been quite productive tonight. Giovanni Alvarado throws over to first base to check on Hensley. Hensley also very speedy. So the pitcher wants to keep him where he's at. The pitch home. Runner going. Hensley going to second. The throw down there. Umpire says he's safe. Had to wait on the umpire just to make sure. But Mason Hensley gets the stolen base. Now this is just the same setup we had the other night at Gopher Field, where Hensley stole and got to second base, and Prater drove in the leading run, the only run we really needed that night, to break the 0-0 tie in the top of the 7th. 1-0 coming to Prater. Lays off that high fat-looking pitch for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to London Prater. With Hensley's speed, definitely a runner in scoring position out there at second with 2 outs. Giovanni's pitch, 2-0 pitch, swung on and popped up and behind us. Foul, first strike of the at-bat. 2 balls, 1 strike to London Prater.
Prater took a practice swing before stepping into the box a minute ago, and I heard it whiff with the headset on.
Causing a little breeze off the bat. Giovanni's 2-1 pitch. Up high for ball 3. Hitter's count coming up here to London Prater. We call it a hitter's count because the pitcher doesn't really want to throw anything bad to put Prater on base. So he's going to throw somewhere in the strike zone, and Prater's going to have a lot to choose from here.
And 3-1 delivery to play with.
And he does put him aboard. That pitch a little bit high Prairie aboard with the walk. Sorry, I walked on your statement there, Mom.
I don't even remember what I said anymore. Oh, I know. I said because he only had one strike, he had a strike to play with.
Hensley at second, Prater at first. 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up senior Matthew Wynn, who's got a double to his credit so far this evening. First pitch to him is a called strike one. Wynn been the everyday first baseman for the Colts this season, doing a very good job over there defensively. 0-1 pitch from Alvarado, swung on and hit to the left side, foul. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes on Matthew Wynn here, as Giovanni Alvarado is up in the count here with 2 outs. Giovanni Alvarado spins and looks at second base to check on Hensley. No throw. Comes set back on the pitcher's plate. The 0-2 delivery. Curveball. Hensley, Wynn did a good job fighting that one off. May have been a little bit high, but protecting the plate. Wynn alive for another cut. Giovanni Alvarado set, looking for the sign. Backs off the pitcher's mound because he wants to get a different pitch call. Comes set. The 0-2 delivery. Popped foul behind us. Wynn still staying alive. Count stays. No balls and 2 strikes. Matthew Wynn, the senior experienced varsity first baseman, taking advantage of his experience and hanging tough here. Trying to bring Hensley in from second. Another 0-2 delivery. Swung on him. This one's popped in the infield. The pitcher, Giovanni Alvarado, calling for it, and he does make the out. So the pop to position 1, the pitcher, is the 3rd out of the inning, and that'll end the Colt threat here with no runs being scored. We're 4 innings complete. It's Arlington 6, Grand Prairie 0. We'll step aside and visit our sponsors. This is High School Baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Welcome back to senior night on the campus of Arlington High School from Colt Field. Arlington leading 6-0. Abe Alvarado on for his 5th inning of work here as the Gophers coming up to bat. Check in over at Lamar Field. It's 0-0, Bowie against Lamar in the top of the 6th inning. That's a tightly contested ball game over there. They're moving a little bit faster than we are because they've got a classic pitching duel there. Grand Prairie will be sending up their 8, 9, and 1 hitters this inning. Jacob Harmon, the catcher, leading off. Jordan Todd, the left fielder, on deck. And back to the top of the order, Rodrigo Martinez in the hole to get this one started. Jacob Harmon, a strikeout victim, his first at bat. Abe Alvarado in control with 7 strikeouts on the evening. 6 of those strikeouts, backwards Ks, called looking. First pitch here, swung on and missed to Jacob Harmon. AB jumps out ahead quickly. No balls, 1 strike. Next delivery a little bit outside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. That pitch a called strike in the lower end of the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jacob Harmon. A.B. winds the 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. Jacob Harmon, a strikeout victim for the first out of the inning. That'll take us to the number 9 hole hitter, Jordan Todd. Todd playing left field tonight for the Gophers. Left-handed batting left fielder. Strikeout victim, his first at bat tonight. First delivery swung on and missed, strike 1. The Gophers has figured out this umpire is calling a low strike, so Todd felt compelled to swing at that one that was a little bit low. That curveball hung a little bit high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on the left fielder, Jordan Todd. That pitch right down the pipe. Called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Abe Alvarado. The wind of the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for a swinging strike 3. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts here for AB. That takes us back to the top of the order for Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman for the Gophers. Martinez with a strikeout looking his first at bat and a base hit in the 3rd inning, but he was out on a 2-4-3 double play. First pitch is tapped to foul to the left side for strike 1. AB seems to be in a bit of a rhythm here at this point in the ball game. What'd you say, Mom?
I think he's very much in control of his pitches and in control of the game. Well, see, I got to quit talking about that.
That pitch low and outside and in the dirt.
Don't ask me questions.
I don't want to
about
ask you
pitching.
anything else. 1 ball and 1 strike at the plate to the top of the order, Rodrigo Martinez with 2 outs. Swung on and hit to right field. It's going to the gap on this one. London Prater over to cut it off, and he'll hold Martinez to a single. Good solid base hit there by Rodrigo Martinez.
I used to think it was silly when you and Zach talked about the announcer's curse, and now in this game I've done it twice.
That'll bring up Saul Muniz, the shortstop for the Gophers, with a runner at first and 2 outs. We were just talking about how in control AB was, how he's got a good rhythm, and then the Gophers get a good, solid base hit off of him. First pitch is going to the hole in left field. It's going to the gap. It's going to get past Axel Alvarado and all the way to the fence. The runner's coming around second. He going to third. The throw comes back into second. It'll be Martinez at third on the advance and Muniz at first base as Axel gets the throw into second base quickly. The Gophers with runners at the corners now with 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Giovanni Alvarado.
But not before Coach Womack has a conversation with AB.
We haven't seen Krosno. This is Womack. We'll have to keep an eye on whether this is going to be the night for Abe Alvarado. I can't imagine to be the night for him that they would switch pitchers at this point. But that's up to the head coach. It does look like Mason Hensley is going to the dugout to maybe get some different equipment needed for pitching. We'll keep an eye on this. Coach Womack is still chatting with his infield. Haven't seen an official pitching change sign. Womack does not have the ball in his hand. We will see if Alvarado turns it over to Hensley. Still waiting, and we do. That signal from Coach Womack is a sign of a pitching change. And the next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Eka Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-2229 is the number, and tell them that Zap sent you. The mid-game pitching change sponsored by Eka Signs. We'll step aside and take a break, and we'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we return.
Taqueria Taco Express is now the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. They feature 3 convenient locations, including 2 in Arlington and the original site on the Grand Prairie border at I-20 in Great Southwest. Their Taco Tuesday special includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10. Made from scratch with authentic recipes, you can place single or bulk orders online by going to taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back to live action here after the pitching change from Coach Womack. On the mound for Arlington, Mason Hensley, the former shortstop, the senior, on the mound in relief of Abe Alvarado. Abe leaves the game after going 4 2/3 of an inning, Other defensive changes with this pitching change. Mason Hensley on the mound. Abe Alvarado will move over to third base, and Danny Bustamante will slide over to shortstop. So Hensley on the mound. Abe Alvarado, who pitched a fine ball game and has a 6-0 lead, moves over to third base, and Bustamante moves over to shortstop. So senior Hensley on the mound. Senior Abe no seniors on the second or third anymore. And that'll bring up Giovanni Alvarado to the, no, that's not Giovanni. It's
Isai.
First pitch is a strike.
12.
It is Giovanni Alvarado. He looks smaller at the plate. That's what fooled me. 0-1 delivery from Hensley. Second pitch. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at the corners for the Gophers. Rodrigo Martinez at third. Saul Muniz at first. Hensley comes set. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit to right field. Prairie should have an easy time with this. Circles under it and makes the catch. So 3 pitches, and Hensley is able to sit Alvarado down for the third out for the fly to London Prater in right field. And that's the third out of the inning, and the threat is eliminated. Good call by Coach Womack there to bring in Hensley. We'll step aside and let you visit with our sponsors. We ask that you go visit these people in the community, as they are the heart and soul of Zach Arnold Productions. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Hey Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Welcome back to senior night at Colt Field on the campus of Arlington High School. Colts with a 6-0 lead heading into the bottom half of the 5th inning. Colts will be sending their 5, 6, 7-hole hitters to the plate this inning. Abe Alvarado, who pitched a fine ball game with 7 strikeouts and no runs tonight, will be leading off. Axel Alvarado, the left fielder for the Colts, will be on deck. And Jeremiah Taylor, the senior catcher for the Colts, is in the hole to start this off. Abe Alvarado, Axel Alvarado, and Jeremiah Taylor, 1, 2, 3, here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A check-in over at Lamar Field, and it's the bottom of the 6th there with Lamar coming up to bat. And it's still 0-0. What a pitching duel they've got at Lamar Field. Zach Arnold and Yadi Pagan on the call for that one on YouTube with Zach Arnold Productions. Pops and Mom the Voice here from Arlington High, and Giovanni Alvarado's first pitch is a ball for the leadoff batter, Abe Alvarado. Abe now playing third base for the Colts.
Another high pitch.
Another high pitch for ball 2. Bustamante now over at second. Hensley on the mound, taking over for Alvarado. Next pitch is high for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes here to the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 5th inning. Scoreboard operator's asleep upstairs. That pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, but I thought it looked outside from here. Watch the umpire, see if he'll give us a sign here. It is 3-1.
It is 3-1.
Next pitch, ball 4. Leadoff batter Abe Alvarado draws the free pass, and that'll bring up his cousin Axel Alvarado.
Now batting number 17, Sam.
Axel with a base hit, his last at bat.
Sam Harper's coming in.
Oh, Sam, we got a substitute pinch batter here. Getting the senior action into the ball game tonight. Harper with a 6-run lead. Coach Womack going to let Sam Harper take a cut here on senior night. First pitch to him is fouled into the netting behind the plate. So the senior, Sam Harper, getting some cuts here on senior night. Sorry to our friends in Mineola, Texas, that we don't get to watch Axel bat in this at bat here. Harper's 0-1 pitch swung on a miss, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to senior Sam Harper. His first appearance at the plate tonight, pinch hitting for Axel. Throw over to first base to check on the runner, Abe Alvarado, and he's back easily. He dives, but he didn't really need to. Gets his uniform dirty.
He's in the game.
You don't get much dirt on your uniform pitching. 0-2 delivery to Harper's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sam Harper. Giovanni comes set. The pitch home. Swung on and popped foul to the left side. It's going to be in foul territory into the stands. Everybody yelling, get out of the way, look up. But it falls just outside the stands area and nobody harmed. Harper battling to stay alive at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strike count will continue here. Nobody out in the inning with AB over at first base. Another 1-2 pitch home to Harper. Swung on a hit to the third baseman who snags it on the line. Gets it back to first as he throws it away at first. But AB goes into the dugout. So the rule is 1 from the mound, 2 from the field. So AB will go all the way to third base on that overthrow into the Gopher dugout. And by that, what I mean is Abe was already at first base, off of first base. When the third baseman threw it into a dead ball zone in the dugout, the umpire automatically, by rule, awards the runner at first base 2 bases, and AB is all the way over to third. If the pitcher had thrown the ball into a dead ball area, then it would have been 1 base awarded. That's the phrase, 1 from the mound, 2 from the field. 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring up JT, the senior catcher. First pitch to him is a called strike.
But they threw
That ball is hit down to in front of the center fielder, and that will bring AB in from third. Jeremiah Taylor with his 2nd consecutive hit of the ball game. Plates AB for the Colts' 7th run of the evening.
Folks, in case you missed what happened, that hit was a pop-up caught by the fielder, and the runner returned to first base. The fielder threw it to first, but overthrew into the dugout, and so the runner was awarded.
It was a line drive to the third baseman.
Yes.
And the third baseman tried to catch AB off the base and threw it into the dugout. This will bring a visit from the coach, as Coach Womack for Arlington is putting in a pinch batter for Gannon Howard. Drew Berrientes going to get an at-bat here tonight for the Colts. Drew Berrientes stepping in for his first at-bat of the evening. Drew, the senior, like the senior Sam Harper, getting some action here tonight in this 7-0 game. We will stand by and see if the Gophers will make a pitching change here. AB made it all the way to third on that overthrown dead ball to third base. And that is the end of the night for Giovanni Alvarado. Signal from the coach is a sign of a pitching change. The next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other materials, Ika Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-2229 is the number, and tell them Zap sent you. We'll tell you who the new Gopher pitcher is right after this break. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Ika Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Ika can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ikasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Ika Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
Welcome back to live action here as the Gophers have made a pitching change here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're bringing on left fielder Jordan Todd, who is also a lefty on the mound. Jordan Todd, the left fielder, on to pitch for the Gophers here. We're going to keep an eye on the the defensive changes for the Gophers and see if we can pick up on that for you. But Jordan Todd here, Arlington High going to be giving some batting attempts to some of their seniors here on senior night. We saw Sam Harper earlier in the inning. On deck, awaiting his first turn at bat in the pinch hitting role is Drew Barrientos. Umpire signaling 2 more warm-up pitches for Jordan Todd, as Giovanni Alvarado's night has come to an end with giving up 7 runs on the evening. We're going to go over to our initial game lineup here and see if we can identify who the new left fielder is. It's going to be number 4. Number 4, Mom, is that what you said?
That's who I saw out there. Unless he's been playing a different position and they were not sequenced correctly.
Rodrigo Martinez is number 4, and he was playing third base.
He was sitting out there with the outfielders.
First pitch into Drew Barrientos, the senior reserve player, is a called strike.
I'll catch up with balls and strikes on the board in a minute, folks. I'm still trying to figure out who that is out there in left
Runner
field.
going from first base, Jeremiah Taylor running, and he's in there for a stolen base. Straight steal. Count at the plate was a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Drew Barrientos. Jordan Todd takes a look at JT at second and comes home with the 1-1 pitch. Popped in the infield. The catcher circling under it and makes the catch. Barrientos retired on the pop to number 2 position for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the normal hitter, number 25, senior Hayden White. We'll work on that left fielder. We can't see him from here.
I can't see him, but you're right. Number 4 is on third base.
The infield stays the same. First pitch from Jordan Todd to Hayden White is up high for ball 1.
So help me, Pops. We've got a second out.
We have a second out.
1 ball.
And 1 ball on the new batter, Hayden White. JT at second base. Runner in scoring position. Throw to second base, and JT's going to get back just in time. JT saw the telegraphed throw to the second baseman, Alcala, and kind of just sauntered his way and stepped back on the bag at the very last minute. Pitch home. JT's off and running. Hit and run. The ball is flown into right field. It's going to drop in the middle of nobody, and JT is going to score. Hayden White gets a double out to second base. I'm going to give him a double because that ball was hit in no man's land. It was a Texas leaguer out there, and so a double for Hayden White plates Jeremiah Taylor from second base on the hit and run, executed perfectly. It's the 8th run of the inning for the Colts. That'll bring up another pinch batter for the Colts. Senior Angel Hernandez now batting for the Colts in the number 1 spot. Hernandez, number 9, pinch hitter, senior here tonight with 2 outs in the inning. And Hayden White out at second base. First pitch from Todd is swung on and hit to center field. It's a nice long hit, but it stays up in the air a little bit too long. And Jalen Garcia is able to make the catch to retire the side. So the fly to 8 to the center fielder is the 3rd out of the inning. And that'll retire the Colts this inning, but not before they play 2 more runs. Your score 8-0, and we'll be heading to a little break here to visit our sponsors between innings. This is high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Hey Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana, aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back to senior night here at Colt Field, and we've made another defensive change here to honor one of our seniors. Drew Bedientes taking Gannon Howard's spot in center field. With an 8-0 lead here, we're going to get the senior some at-bats and some playing time in the field. So Drew Bedientes out in center field. Mason Hensley on for his second full inning of work here, as the Gophers will send up their 4, 5, 6 batters to the plate. Number 10, Isai Martinez, the designated hitter, leading off. Brandon Peoples, the first baseman, on deck. And Aaron Alcala, the second baseman, in the hole. Martinez, Peoples, and Alcala, 1, 2, 3 for the Gophers. Isai Martinez had a fantastic game pitching tonight. And, Mom, your observation was interesting because this is 2 weeks in a row now. We've seen very tight ball games in the Tuesday night game. And what I would have to say is a blowout in the second game of the week. First pitch to Isai is a called strike 1 from Mason Hensley.
Well, that's a testament to the depth in the pitching rotation of the Colts as compared to opponents that they're facing.
Hensley set the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, they're checking to the first base umpire to see if Isai swung at that one. He did not. 1 ball, 1 strike to Isai Martinez. Hensley set in the 1-1 delivery. Swung on and chopped to third. Bustamante makes the, no, Abe Alvarado makes the play. Throws across to win for the 5-3 put out. Third base to first base. And there's 1 out in the inning. That'll take us to Brandon Peoples, the first baseman. Checking in over at Lamar Field, it's still 0-0, Bowie at Lamar. They're in the middle of the 7th inning. If Lamar doesn't score, they may be looking at bonus baseball at Lamar Field tonight. First pitch to Peoples is low in the dirt for ball 1. One out here, nobody on in the top of the 6th inning. Colts lead 8-0. Hensley's 1-0 pitch. Called strike 1 in the lower part of that strike zone. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch catches the outside corner. Hensley works ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the second batter of the inning, Brandon Peoples. Peoples a strikeout victim both times at the plate this evening. The 1-2 delivery. A little bit outside for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strike count coming from Hensley. Outside for ball 3. Full count pitch, low and in the dirt. Peoples earns the walk with 1 out here in the inning. Aaron Alcala at bat.
Baseman 0, Aaron Alcala.
Alcala, the second baseman for the Gophers, with a strikeout and a walk to his credit at the plate tonight. At bat here with 1 out in the inning and 1 runner in Peoples at first base. First pitch from Hensley is fouled back into the netting here. Strike 1. As he comes set, takes a look at Peoples at first. Comes home. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike 2. Hensley ahead in the count on Alcala. No balls, 2 strikes. Hensley peeks over his left shoulder at Peoples at first and comes set. The 0-2 delivery. That ball skips in the dirt. Lots of movement on that pitch, but it's outside and gets away from Taylor. But the runner does not dare run to second base on a ball that gets away from Jeremiah Taylor up the first base line.
You know, Pops, when you talk about home field advantage, you have to think that Jeremiah Taylor is such a great example of that. He really knows how to work this plate area here at Arlington High. That ball was fouled back. Count remains the same.
Taylor hands the ball to the home plate umpire as he had already delivered a new one out to Hensley. We'll do 1-2 again here on Aaron Alcala. Lots of movement on that one. Check to the field umpire, no swing. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lots of movement on Hensley's off-speed pitch, but it's not catching the zone just yet. 2-2 pitch. Fastball down in that bottom corner and away. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hensley comes set in the payoff pitch. Outside corner, caught him looking. 2 outs in the inning now, and that'll bring up center fielder Jalen Garcia.
Center field number 15, Jalen Garcia.
2 outs in the bottom of the 7th from Lamar Field. Still no score between Bowie and Lamar. First pitch from Hensley is called. Strike 1 in that low outside corner. Hensley set the delivery. Fastball fouled over the first base line into the parking lot. We'll listen for a crashing windshield. But Hensley ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 outs in the inning. Brandon Peoples on base at first. The 0-2 pitch. Little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. football defensive coach Hensley right behind the plate. We'll have to ask him where that pitch was. Off-speed pitch, appeal to the field umpire, no swing. One ball,
No.
2 balls,
it's
2 strikes.
Two balls.
The
Deuces
box,
are wild.
deuces are wild. The box person is asleep up there. 2-2 pitches outside and low for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes, full count to Jalen Garcia.
They're just a little slower than I am, that's all. They get there.
Hensley a peek at Peoples over his left shoulder. The 3-2 pitch coming. Called strike 3. Caught him looking. 2 strikeouts on the inning. And that's the 3rd out for the Gophers to end their threat here in the top of the 6th. Arlington 8, Grand Prairie 0. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll visit our sponsors first. This is high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Welcome back to Colt Field on the campus of Arlington High School, right in the heart of Arlington. Grand Prairie visiting the Arlington Colts on senior night here. Arlington up 8-0 and coming to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Senior pitcher now, Mason Hensley, will be leading off. Senior London Prater on deck, and senior Matthew Wynn in the hole. 3 seniors, 1, 2, 3. Hensley, Prater, and Wynn to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. On for his first full inning of work, his second inning appearance, Jordan Todd was brought in the middle of the inning. On for this bottom of the 6th. Todd, the lefty, southpaw. I have an affinity for southpaws, as I am one, and so is our son Joel.
Watch him a second, Pops. There's something about his delivery that's reminiscent of Randy Johnson.
He looks like Johnson, as he's long, tall, and lanky, and his set position is not feet together, it's feet apart. That doesn't really matter as long as he does it the same way every time. He's good, but he does have a little bit of an unorthodox set position on the mound. Hensley leading off here. First pitch from Todd. Curveball that hangs high, never does break, ball 1. That pitch swung on and missed by Hensley. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Todd set for the 1-1 pitch. He tries that curveball again, and it doesn't break. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Two 2-1 delivery. Another attempt at a curve that does not break. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hensley up in the count and has a hitter's count here at 3-1. Hensley's turned around to bat right against the left-handed pitcher, and he draws a walk. He got a home run earlier in the ball game from the left-handed batter's box, but the switch hitter draws the walk here, and the Colts get their leadoff runner on base to start the bottom of the 6th inning. They've got bonus baseball up at Lamar. They're in the top of the 8th inning, and still 0-0 between Bowie and Lamar. Playing for positioning, Colts atop the district. Lamar and Bowie battling for seeding position in the potential playoffs. That curveball does break, but it breaks early and low and inside for ball 1 to London Prater. Prater on base in the 1st inning, another base hit in the 3rd inning, and a walk to his credit tonight. Great on-base percentage tonight for London Prater. That next pitch is high for ball 2. Jordan Todd having a hard time positioning his off-speed pitch curveball. Comes set in his 2-0 delivery. Catches the outside corner there for strike 1. Todd keeping an eye on the runner at first base and Mason Hensley, as Mason has great wheels there. 2-1 delivery home. Prairie hits this one far to the left. It's going out to the left field fence. And he makes a great catch out there. The unknown left fielder hauls in that smash from London Prairie for the first out of the inning. We have never been able to figure out who that new fielder is after the pitching change. Todd was out there, but the fly to left field is the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up senior Matthew Wynn. That ball is hit long, but it's going to go foul. Maybe umpire squaring up to look at it, and the left fielder makes that catch just a foot or two inside.
We don't know who that is, but he's caught the last 2 balls.
No, he did not catch it.
Oh,
no.
he didn't.
No, Hensley tagged up and went to second. He did catch the ball. So the fly out, just 2 consecutive flyouts to left field. Mason Hensley tagged up on the play and made it to second base with no throw. So Hensley now at second base on the tag up and the run after the ball was caught. And that'll bring up Abe Alvarado. 2 outs in the inning.
14. We have a new batter.
We have a new batter. Number 14 at the plate for the Colts, Yadier Gamez. Gamez, his first appearance tonight. Umpire thought about that one, but laid off the call. So Gamez pinch hitting for Abe Alvarado here on senior night. Runner at second, 2 outs in the inning. Jordan Todd's next delivery is down low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Yadier Gamez. That ball catches the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Gophers really aren't holding that runner too tight.
Next pitch is a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike to Yadier Gamez. Yadier, the junior pinch hitter, getting some cuts here in an 8-0 ball game. That pitch from Yadier, as Gamez tosses the bat, hoping for ball 4, the umpire rings him up for a second strike. That's a little embarrassing. That's kind of like making a slam dunk and hitting the rim and bouncing it off the rim. Gamez comes back to the left-handed batter's box with a full count. Runner at second base. Mason Hensley, and that ball is hit to the right side. Alcala calling for it and makes the catch on the pop to second base for the 3rd out of the inning. That ends the Colt threat, leaves that runner out there at second base, but they have a comfortable 8-0 lead heading to the 7th inning. We'll step aside and visit our sponsors. This is High School Baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Ika Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Ika can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ikasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Ika Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back to what could be the last 3 outs of the ball game for the Grand Prairie Gophers as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Arlington 8, Grand Prairie 0. Grand Prairie will be sending their 9-1-2 batters to the plate this half inning. We would expect, looks like we've got some pinch batters coming in for them. We're going to have to move off of the baseball game at Lamar and go to our picture of the lineup for the Gophers here. And we'll find out that the bottom of the order pitching for Jordan Todd is number 17. There is no 17. Oh, well, it's Jacob Harmon. Jacob Harmon batting? I don't understand. Hensley on the mound. First pitch is a called strike. Second pitch is a strike. Catcher Jacob Harmon leading off. Harmon, Todd on deck.
Maybe.
Back at top of the order, Martinez. That pitch a little bit outside for ball 1. No, actually what I did was I made a mistake on my score sheet.
Oh.
And put the K at the end of the inning in Harmon's spot instead of Garcia. So Harmon is up at bat, as he should be, and there's a swinging strike 3. JT fields it and throws it down to win at first to complete the out. And that is a strikeout on Harmon for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the current pitcher for the Gophers, Jordan Todd.
Pitcher number 9, Jordan Todd.
1 out in the inning, and we're heading to the closing parts of the game here. Folks, be sure and stay tuned for the John Wade Roofing post-game show, brought to you right after the 3rd out here from Colt Field. Swung on and missed by Jordan Todd, strike 1.
That was a strong cut. Just didn't connect.
1-0. 0-2 now to Jordan Todd. The scoreboard in left field is wrong. Mom has it right on your score bug on YouTube here. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitcher on pitcher here. Hensley's delivery. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts for Mason Hensley here. And the Gophers are down to their last out. Top of the order, Rodrigo Martinez coming up to bat. Mason Hensley comes set. His first pitch to Martinez. On that outside corner for a called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Outside for ball 1. Hensley set and ready for the 1-1 delivery. In there for a called strike 2. Gophers down to their last strike. Here on a Thursday night ball game. All the ball teams in 8-6A playing on a Thursday night because of the Easter holiday coming up. 1-2 pitch is a little bit outside for ball 2. Deuces are wild on the board out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rodrigo Martinez, the last hope to keep this one alive for the Gophers. Hensley set. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped just over Hensley's glove. Bustamante gets the ball, throws it to first, and gets the out. Da-da-da, da-da-da. That's a ESPN Sports Center super play by Bustamante to get the out at third and end the ball game. That is it on the play that goes 6-3, but what range there by Danny Bustamante.
He had to throw that across his body.
Yeah. That'll end the game as the teams meet at center at the pitching mound to shake hands. We're going to step aside for one more commercial break here and bring back the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing. Hang on, fans. We'll be right back.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Go.
Welcome back to a very eventful night here at Colt Field for senior night, as we honored all of our senior players throughout the evening by mentioning their class status and their play in the field and their some pinch hitting. It was just a really fun, festive night here, and the Colts get the win. They stay secure in their spot atop District 8-6A with a win over the Grand Prairie Gophers here tonight, 8-0. We had a really good pitching performance by Abe Alvarado on the mound tonight. He went through almost through 5 innings and got 7 strikeouts on the night. 6 of those 7 strikeouts were called third strikes looking. It was very impressive to watch. The bats for the Colts did come alive tonight in the second game of the series with the Gophers. Almost every single Colt in the order got some kind of a hit or got on base tonight. We had some pinch hitting by senior Sam Harper and senior Ju Barrientos. We also got to see Yadir Gomez get another bat tonight. Angel Hernandez got in the game. So we had a really fun game keeping up with and watching all of the different players on the Colt varsity team. But the offense was really good. Highlighted by the second at-bat of the game, Mason Hensley getting the home run, batting from the left-handed side over the right field fence. It was just quite a shot to put the first run on the board for the Colts. But then they scored 2 runs in the first inning. They scored another run with Jeremiah Taylor's double in the second inning. He got a double and a pass ball to get to third, and then he got in on another pass ball. 1, 2, 3 runs scored in the bottom of the third inning. No runs in the fourth, but 2 more added on in the fifth for insurance. And Mason Hensley came in for an impressive performance on the mound in relief of Abe Alvarado tonight. So an all-around team effort as the Colts take care of business and stay atop the district race with this win and this sweep. This is 2 sweeps in a row. Swept Bowie and swept Lamar last week and swept the Grand Prairie Gophers here tonight. So lots of momentum heading into the games next week against Martin. Big rivalry week. You know, this series, I said early on, could have been a trap series. It could have been one where on Tuesday night we were really biting our fingernails and waiting on the bats to come alive. Isai Martinez pitched a really good ball game that night, and the Colt bats were held in check until London Prater broke it open in the top of the 7th inning. They waited till the 7th inning and finally got their bats rolling. But tonight, the bats break out with an 8-0 win over the Gophers, and so the Arlington did not fall into the trap. The Colts didn't fall into any kind of a trap, took care of business, and swept the Gophers as they were expected to heading into the series against Martin. They've got some great momentum and are looking to continue to stay atop that district race as they head into the series against Martin next week. We're looking at the weather ahead. You keep in touch with Zach Arnold Productions. If you go to Facebook, you can follow the Zach Arnold Productions Facebook page and keep up with any of that. Zach the Voice on Facebook, sorry. Zach the Voice will give you any updates on weather conditions next week. Tuesday versus Martin and Friday versus Martin next week. And we'll be bringing you all the action here on Zach Arnold Productions on Facebook, on YouTube. Sorry about that. So,
You know, so Pops, just so our listeners know this, you and I are more likely to find things on Facebook, but Zach is Zach the Voice across all social media. So if you are on X, if you're on Instagram, I can't even remember all of them that he's on. But if you find Zach the Voice, he's going to post in all of those places any updates regarding the games next week.
So checking in one more time from the baseball field at Lamar. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out, and Bowie put up 4 runs in the top of the 8th inning to take a 4-0 lead over Lamar. There's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bowie on track to possibly win that ball game as the Bowie Volunteers lead 4-0 over Lamar. Go Vols in that ball game there. That'll do it for us from senior night at the Arlington High School Colt Field. We'll leave you with one final thought. Have a blessed weekend. Be safe and enjoy your friends and family as the 3-day weekend is ahead of us for a lot of us. And we'll look forward to seeing you again on Tuesday night as the Colts take on their bitter rivals, the Martin Warriors. We'll sign off for now. This is Pops Doug Arnold with Mom Patsy Arnold at his side. We were glad to bring you this ball game tonight, and we're going to sign off and say good night from Colt Field and remind you one more time how sweet it is